The issue that they're going to have is the cutting, and that's what Elon Musk has been doing with Doge. And he took the stage yesterday at CPAC with a chainsaw, demonstrating essentially what he's been doing to our federal government, getting rid of all the waste, fraud, and abuse. Here it is.
This is the chainsaw for bureaucracy. Chainsaw!
So the guy on stage with him that's waving, that's the president of Argentina, and he gifted Elon that blinged out chainsaw that Elon was holding up because both of them are known for cutting wasteful
Did in his
spending.
country.
Right. My problem with Milu is he's tight with China. And he's reaffirming things with China, but he also is friends with Elon Musk, and he said, here, take this chainsaw, and he made the most of it. And you see him getting the chainsaw handed to him in backstage.
Have we gone too far? Have we gone too far? Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I am Friendship Pierce, and welcome to Friendship Blue. It is Friday. Happy Friday, the 21st of February. I never thought I would see a day like this when such antics would be performed in relation to politics. People have said in the past, if you live long enough, you'll see more. I don't want to see more of this. What I want to see is practical application to our problems. People, we have to understand what time it is in relation to history, and we have to have things in context. The devil thrives on emotion. The devil thrives on emotion. He knows. Whip up a crowd. Take an issue that has burdened us for decades. Put the right people there at the right time with the music and everything. And you can take them out of their God-given rational state. Is this the reason why they're moving so fast? To keep you up on that high? Have we gone too far? Is this the perfect storm? Inflation, gas prices, heat prices, immigration, $8 million per day given to Elon Musk. $8 million. The threat of war. Will it be the perfect storm that this year, Donald J. Trump, if he's unalive, this will bring nothing but chaos? We got to ask the right questions to get the right perspective and get the right answers. You see, because powers do not build up atmosphere just for the sake of atmosphere. There are a multiplicity of things that they want as they build up and take our emotions up. And then they can take our emotions and be the puppet masters and launch us into a dizzy frenzy. When the international tech investors, days after President Trump took the White House, in retrospect, as we listen to Elon Musk, as Elon talked about his personal issues in court when he says, and I'll paraphrase, well, when the data gods, when the data gods come together and reach their phoenix, whatever thing that I'm going through in court will be irrelevant because the data god will take care of it. See, people, they are doing multiple things simultaneously and quick. Don't be hypnotized and become dizzy as you watch the antics. See through the antics. The Bible says there will come a day where you will not be able to buy or sell without the mark. To get us to that point, they have to keep us blind. They have to perform. They have to perform. You see, I understand what Joe Biden's role was, and that is to destroy America to its core and to take along with it our hearts, our minds, and our dreams, our very soul, along with killing our economy and any vestige of hope that we had left. He did an excellent work, but he was just a tool utilized by the power. And now here along comes the tag team of Elon Musk and Trump. We're going to make America great. And symbolically, the president of Argentina has gifted him with a chainsaw. And now he holds it up in the air like a mighty warrior to say to America and the world, yes, we are back. And it's the chainsaw of bureaucracy. But people, we got to keep perspective. I just want to have the Lord talk through me this morning because I want you to see. I want you to understand that there are groups around the world who have seen this before. And so I'm going to talk to you as a black man for a minute because I want you to understand this is a psych game. The same game they played in the civil rights movement with blacks. They're playing on the masses of the population now. And what is that game? Symbolism. Dr. King Expressway, Dr. King Drive, Dr. King School, Frederick Douglass Day, Black History Month, Sojourner Truth Way, Sojourner Truth. All these blacks who undoubtedly did participate in something great. And there are those who have that question, but the symbology of giving blacks all these things so you can feel good, and you equate that to progress. But when you think about the millionaires and billionaires of Oprah, the Michael Jordans, the basketball, the football, all the entertainers collectively of black people, we don't need nothing from the government. What we need is the will of our people to come together and do a multi-state investment program. And I tell you, in less than 10 years, black people could have been off of the government dole. Over 30 to 40% of us are in the poverty-stricken moment. And you have to ask yourself, how come we haven't gotten out of that rut? Dr. Claude Anderson, he teaches that Black America has only grown since the Civil War. That stat, 0.5% since the Civil War. Imagine that. In other words, no growth at all collectively. But yet they parade before us all the millionaires and billionaires of black people. But in the face of the collective, blacks have not grown at all. So they keep putting out the rappers and the entertainers, and they keep putting those in our face to give us the impression that we feel good. It's the sight game. This is the sight game. I got white friends. I talk to them just like I'm talking to you, and I told them, don't get caught up in the sight game. How many white folks are losing their job now? How many white folks lost their job starting from the 60s and 70s when Clinton, President Clinton and Papa Bush sent those jobs overseas with NAFTA. And we keep making adjustments. Then they start playing black against white and white against black and hate the white man. This is the game they had played. It's a head game. And all the while, they're killing our economy. And they're lying with the fiscal numbers of unemployment. They're lying. I'm telling you the truth. I want you to understand, symbolically, what are they doing collectively? Oh, you know what? A man can't be in girls' sports. A man can't be in a woman's bathroom. All the things they're doing symbolically to make you feel good. At the same time, you have to ask yourself, all the millionaire and billionaire tech people who came over here promising all the jobs you'll have in the future, all the money that was poured in, how come it wasn't poured into black and brown communities? How come it wasn't poured into white communities or any community in America? It was poured into the interests of the tech. This man with the chainsaw there gets $8 million a day. How do you justify that if we're going through a crisis? If you're promising to make America great again, I'll use your words, which is called a haircut. Everybody should take a haircut. But he's paraded around like he's a savior. I'm telling you, people were being deceived. At some point, technocrats are going to run everything. And they're going to have their master guide computer, and then what? That master guide computer is programmed to think for the elite and not for you. You have to understand, people, where we're going.
Through the weekend, including one of my close friends was terminated on President's Day.
There's fear of backlash. Nobody really knows what the environment holds and how things are going to be responded to right now.
One federal worker, also fearful his position might be on the chopping block next, called into Dexter's meeting Thursday night.
What should federal workers in Oregon be doing, or what can we do to sort of protect ourselves, or how would you recommend we approach the next few months?
While the AG detailed the now 6 multi-state lawsuits Oregon's a part of with the intention to keep fighting back and holding the president accountable.
And I want to hold all the ministers accountable who got close to Trump as he campaigned. Yes, I'm talking to you. Ask yourself, would Jesus do this? Does the Bible not say, be thy brother's keeper? At some point, when you're hemorrhaging with all these job cuts, it's going to start affecting your state and your county. At some point, your taxes are going to go up. At some point, when you also add in the mix of high unemployment, inflation, and the immigrant crisis of money's going out every day, probably billions of dollars a week, the average American is going to suffer. So the more Americans, no matter what color they are, it's going to be a ripple effect. Don't fall for the okie doke. The chainsaw is plural, not singular. It's plural. You got to see through it. This is not how you do it. Yes, there is waste, fraud, and abuse, but how do you do it? Think about it. There's got to be a better way.
I talked to the president. He's supportive of that, and so it sounds like that's something we're going to do.
Yep.
So as we're finding savings, that's going to translate directly to reductions in tax. So
yeah, I think they fired 6,000 people at the IRS today.
Yeah.
And I think Lutnick said last night that they're talking about shutting down the IRS. I think it's fair. I think people should realize this is, the amount of money that we send Washington, like $5 or $6 trillion a year. That is such an ungodly amount of money. What do they say? They say like a trillion seconds is like 30 years or something like that.
Satan does future past. I'm going to say it again. Satan does future past. America was never built for you people. Hear me. America was built to create a banking system, a business system, a war machine, and give you the illusion that they were working for you. They had been working for a one world government golden age since the beginning of our country, July 4th of 1776. And now they're at their phoenix. And they want to sell to you that we have a whole lot of problems. Let's fix it now. They create the problems on purpose so they can justify making a move now. Understand, you got to understand the context of history. A lot of senators, a lot of congressmen and women voted for these things, these stupid things. Like I heard a few weeks ago, they had a study where they gave, millions of dollars, whatever, how much it was, to take crabs and put them on a machine, and they're on a jogging machine, and they're watching crabs run on a jogging machine. Well, yeah, you cut that. But we need these congressmen and senators basically to be accountable and talk about why they did it. And they need to take a haircut too. Why is it that we the people always take a haircut? He's getting $8 million a day. How do you justify that? And he called himself Dark Mega. He called himself Dark Gothic Mega. The media's not asking these questions. What is dark? What is dark? It's called midnight. If your heart is dark, if it rolls off your lips and you tell people who you are, the media needs to be more responsible and ask him, what do you mean by Dark Gothic Mega? People, we in trouble. We better wake up.
Best month we've ever had. Nice to see you all. Thanks for coming out. Good to see you. I'm not going to kill any more time. Let's bring out Elon Musk.
And the praise begins. The praise begins. Dizzy, they've lost their mind. They can't see it. They think he's the great hope. When I first ran into this last night, I couldn't figure it out. But I believe I figured it out. So I'm going to come back to this. The chainsaw massacre was real. Do you see this here? It's a red chainsaw. Well, back in the day, there was a movie called The Chainsaw Massacre. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre is not based on a true story, but it was inspired by the crimes of Ed Gein. The movie's marketing made it seem like it was based on a real event to attract more viewers. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre was inspired by crimes of Ed Gein, a Wisconsin-based serial killer and grave robber. Gein was known as a butcher of Plainfield. He confessed to killing 2 women and was the prime suspect in his brother's death. Gein's home was found to contain body parts, including masks made for human faces. These masks inspired the character Leatherface in the movie. Ask yourself, is this what symbolically what happened yesterday? And how many rappers and how many movies, and I'm not picking on the rappers, but I've been asking myself, and I revealed it about a year ago. I asked God, why are people wearing masks? Why are they wearing masks? Why are these rappers wearing masks? And God revealed to me that when Moses went to the mountain, he came down with the 10 Commandments, and the people looked at him, and they couldn't look at him because he shone the glory of God on his face. Listen, it was beaming so bright that Moses had to put a veil on his face because the people couldn't deal with the glow. That's the mask. He had the glow of God. Well, flip it. The Antichrist has his glow, and he puts on a mask. And I believe with all my heart, allegedly I believe with all my heart, that the rappers and the people in these movies, they've been wearing these masks. You've seen them. Because it's the moment where the cuts are taking place. It's the atmosphere of like a chainsaw massacre killer. In other words, it will shoot your past. You've seen the rappers, musical rappers with masks on. You've seen them. Look at them. All this, the last 4, 5, 6 years, I asked God, I did a video, I'm saying, what is all this? Welcome to the Chainsaw Massacre, baby. Welcome to it. Things have a history. What is this? And I'm not picking on black people, I'm just saying, where did this idea come from? What's behind the mask? Everything's got a history. Now look at this here. Chainsaw comes out to 78. How old is Donald Trump? He's 78 years old. Also come out to 33. What is 33? Masonic is 33 degrees. Then 48. What is 48? On April 8th of last year, an eclipse came across the earth. It was a giant X. X means I'm gonna stamp you out. Coincidentally, Chainsaw is Donald Trump's age, and Masonic and X, and we got Mr. X on stage with this. Is that coincidence? Then look, the movie Chainsaw Massacre, one of them came out October 1st, 1999. October 1st. Look at this. October 1st, 2026, bring it up to date, versus yesterday's date, 2/20/2025. The difference is 84. Barack Obama was born August 4th. Is that coincidence? Then look, the main one, the Chainsaw Massacre, came out October 11th of 1974. And guess what? It's the 50th anniversary. How many states do we have in the Union? We got 50 states in America. How long I've been talking about these 50 states? When I do the videos, 50 comes up a lot, doesn't it? Watch my videos. Is it coincidence that from October 11th of 1974 till now, it's exactly 50 years, and now we got this man, got this thing in his hand? Is that coincidence? Ask yourself. Look, 10/11 is when the movie came out. 10/11, 1974, literally, versus yesterday's date. Gives you 50 years, and we got 50 states. Is that what they're gonna cut up? 50 states and destroy our country? Is this coincidence? Elon Musk's birthday, 6/28. Take 6/28, 1974, bring it up to date, versus what? 10/11, Chainsaw Massacre, 1974. The difference is 3/16. How many times does 3/16 come up? That's called sacrifice. Christ sacrifice, John 3:16. Are they blasphemous that they're going to sacrifice us? Is Donald J. Trump going to be unalive? Would that be a sacrifice? Then look, here's the man who gave him the chainsaw. The leader of Argentina. Look at his birthday, October 22nd. October 22nd, 2025, he got a birthday coming up versus Trump's birthday this year. The difference is what? 48. There's your 48 again. X. Are these coincidences, people? You look at this. He's from Argentina. It was founded July 9th. Take July 9th, 2025, got a birthday coming up versus what? The massacre birthday of the movie, 2024. The difference is 84 again. What are they speaking? Then look. Elon Musk, chainsaw, 50 states, comes out to 322. What is 322? That's Skull and Bones. Allegedly the most notorious secret society group ever. People, all I know is English. I believe this is symbolic. He gave the man a red chainsaw. Look at this. Look how he's carrying on. Look at this. You're gonna tell me this is normal? You think this is normal behavior? You think they're not talking and speaking to the future? I think they're speaking for the future. They're literally speaking to us. That's what I believe. What do you think? Tell me what you think. Is it symbolic? Have we gone too far in this political thing? Your brothers and sisters are losing their job every day. At some point, it's going to ripple through our whole economy. And we're going to pay for it and not see it. And we're going to be in a new world order. And we didn't spend the money right in the past, which made our problem for the future. And the same spirit of that devil, of the Antichrist, that caused the problem is the same one that wants to tell you I'm going to solve it. I'm telling you it's of the devil. My name is Trent Pearson.